The following segment is sponsored by Smith's Food and Drug. Love is in the air, and so is the smell of chocolate. Smith's chef Jeff Jackson is here with a delicious recipe perfect for Valentine's Day. Let's take a look.
Hello everybody, I'm Chef Jeff from Smith's. Valentine's Day is coming up and we need to take care of that special someone in our lives, and I can't think of a better way to do it than with chocolate. We're going to make a chocolate bread pudding. This recipe is just for two, so it's kind of a small recipe, but it's super easy and super appropriate for Valentine's Day. Let's get right to it. We're going to be using semi-sweet chocolate. I have just some chocolate chips here. We need to melt these. And I'm going to use the microwave to do that. You could use a double broiler if you wanted as well, but it's not very much. It's near a half a cup of chocolate chips. I'm going to use my microwave 15-second intervals and just stir it in between each, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's melted. Okay, and then you just stir that chocolate until it's nice and smooth and melted, which is what I have here. Next, I'm going to add heavy cream. Now, this is warm heavy cream. I don't want to add cold because then that would seize up my chocolate. So warm heavy cream is going into that chocolate, and I'm just going to stir this until it comes together, and I'll show you what we do next. All right, so you'll stir that until it kind of looks like chocolate pudding at this point. So this looks really chocolatey and delicious. Okay, bread. Use day-old bread, or any bread will work. And I'm using croissants, actually. These are croissants that were day-old. They're actually marked down at my local Smith's, which is a nice thing. You can use any kind of bread. Croissant just makes it a little bit nicer, I think, for Valentine's Day. 3 cups of that. Before I do that, I need to mix my custard. And so what that includes, I'll get that whisk here in a second, but that's sugar, that's salt, that's 1 egg, vanilla, and then a half a cup of milk. And so I'm just going to stir this all together and then show you what we do when we mix it all. Once our custard comes together, then the chocolate goes in there. This is the chocolate and cream mixture going in. It's looking great. Get all of it and then give that a mix, and then this is when we're going to add the bread to this. All right, so bread goes in. Gonna use my spatula to stir it all together. And once it all comes together, I'm going to want to let it sit for about 10 minutes so that bread can kind of absorb all of that yumminess. So I'll let that do its thing. Okay, we're going to bake these in 2 souffle dishes. These are 2-cup souffle dishes. And go ahead and spoon this in there. And then once I get it all in there, I'm going to take it to a 350-degree oven. Go ahead and split the batter between the 2 containers. Okay. 350-degree oven, and it will go for about 20 to 25 minutes or until it looks set on the top. So we'll let it cook, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, they're out of the oven looking and smelling fantastic. Let them sit for about 10 minutes before serving, just so they can kind of settle down a little bit. But I love to garnish with a strawberry. Just take a knife and just kind of make a cut every 1/8 of an inch or so, not going clear to the stem, and then we'll fan that out. Get some cream on there. Fan out our strawberry, and we have our delicious chocolate bread pudding for Valentine's Day. You can find all the ingredients at your local Smith's. Thanks for shopping. Thanks for watching. See you next time.